I'm Keith, this is Dan, and each week we look into a different aspect of cruising, and this week we're telling you about a brand new ship from Viking Cruises. So this brand new ship is called the Viking Orion, and it's the fifth ship to join Viking Cruises' modern and stylish fleet of ocean cruise ships. Now she set sail on the 8th of July 2018 and is offering a similar experience to her sister ships in the Viking Ocean Cruises fleet. The distinctive Viking Cruises design is very Scandinavian and very minimalistic and quite beautiful. And Viking Orion has a maximum capacity of only 930 guests, which shows she's an intimate mid-sized ship cruising experience, and quite rare in today's industry where normally bigger is better. But before we go and look at her in more detail, we need you all to do something for us if you haven't done it already, and that's hit the subscribe button and then hit that bell next door to stay up to date with all our video content that we put out, which is quite extensive and really interesting and something you can't miss. Simply ding dong, done. So let's start off with what's included with a Viking cruise. They include all onboard meals, selected drinks with lunch and dinner, and selected tours. So they aren't considered all inclusive simply because all the drinks aren't included during your cruise. But you know what? That's a whole lot more than many other cruise lines and really good value. Plus you do have the opportunity to purchase a silver spirits drinks package to make your cruise all inclusive. All you need to do for that is to speak to our cruise experts like Dan when you give us a ring.
Now this luxury cruise line prides itself on providing passengers with a thoroughly relaxed atmosphere, and in keeping with this, do not accommodate guests under the age of 16. Now if you ever have sailed with Viking, you will know one of their main selling points is their luxury service and the way they focus on the destinations that they will take you to.
Now of course we mentioned right at the start that Viking are known for their extensive river programme and their many river cruise ships. And one of the unique things about river cruising is the fact that it's destination immersive. The fact that you get lots of your tours included and that those tours really take in and explore local life in a way that sometimes ocean cruising fails to do so. And what's lovely about this change now from Viking moving from river to ocean is they brought all the best bits of river through into the ocean. So you get those tours included, and they're incredibly in-depth and immersive tours. In fact, we've done an episode all about Viking, so if you'd like to watch that, all you need to do is click the link in the top right-hand corner.
The Orion is nearly identical to Viking's other current ships, the Star, the Sea, the Sky and the Sun. And by being similar to these ships, which are ocean cruises with a river cruise mentality, you will really be able to explore the destinations she goes to in a totally different way in comparison with any other line.
So let's have a look at some of the destinations that the Viking Orion will be visiting. First thing to say about this is the Orion, along with the rest of the fleet, as Dan mentioned, are smaller ships, and that means they can get into more ports, they can get into places that other bigger cruise ships simply can't, which is really good news because it opens up the amount of different ports that you can visit. Now, she will have a variety of destinations in her itinerary, starting in places around Australasia and moving to Alaska in the summer, which is one of the red hot destinations at the moment. So if you've been looking and watching all the new ships that are being released recently and thinking, they're really massive, I want to go on something smaller and more personal, more intimate, and I want to go on a new ship that can get me into those tiny Alaskan ports, Viking Orion is definitely the one for you.
Now she has a large range of itineraries, and it's not just Australasia and Alaska. She will also go off to the Far East, Asia, North America, the Middle East and the Mediterranean.
Now it's interesting to note, Dan, one of the real reasons that Viking ocean ships are becoming so popular is because the itineraries change an awful lot. Traditionally, for some of the larger cruise companies, they'll position a ship in a certain area and it will do the same itinerary that will kind of vary, maybe a 1 or 2 week cruise itinerary. And so if you fall in love with that ship, it's difficult to keep on going back because you're going to the same places. But with Viking, you can fall in love with the ship, you can keep on coming back on board Orion, and you can go to different places every month, which is a real big bonus in our books.
Now, the Viking Orion is an all-veranda ship, meaning that each and every stateroom and suite comes with a veranda as standard. Now that's really quite impressive, especially as the ships are small and are going to places that you wouldn't normally expect ocean ships to go to. Now this is another example of how the Viking Orion uses its size to its advantage and replicates its river cruising company roots. Now all guests will be able to see the amazing views when it goes into some of these ports. Now I've been to Alaska and I've seen the glaciers, and I can't stress how beautiful and jaw-dropping it is to see them. Now with each and every cabin coming with a veranda, this ship is even more impressive. Just imagine sailing in the comfort of your own home, seeing Glacier Bay and all the wildlife and icebergs.
Now moving on to entertainment, the main theatre on Viking Orion features live performances that bring you closer to the culture of the destinations that you visit. They also pull back the curtains of the destinations with cinema in the 2 movie theatres which show first-run films as well as destination-driven classics. Now the theatres are always buzzing with fresh insights from the enrichment talks that feature history and art and culture of the upcoming ports with some amazing guest speakers. And to keep you in comfort, they've banished uncomfortable theatre seating in favour of soft and spacious sofa seating. Now, coming to food, there are lots of options on board Viking Orion. And remember what we said earlier, it's all included in the price of the cruise. Casual cafes, pool grills, crafted wine pairing menus, and regional specialities. So first up, for dining on board Orion, let's talk about the Chef's Table restaurant, which features a set 5-course menu. You get different options for each course. If it was me, I'd probably eat all the options on each course and just deal with the after issues of my belly rumbling, or not rumbling, being completely bloated. It's an incredible experience. They also pair your meal with a variety of different types of wine, and this is all based on one of 5 themes, each of which rotates every 3 days, so you can go back more than once during the cruise. And one of the things we do suggest is to book a table before going, because quite often it gets really booked up. Now Manfredi's is similar, and again we recommend you book before you go as reservations go really quickly. It was a breakout hit on the other ships in the Viking Ocean fleet, and it's proved itself to be one of the best Italian restaurants at sea.
Now the kitchen table is the only extra fee restaurant on board Viking Orion. It's housed in a beautiful test kitchen-like room tucked behind Chef's Table and Manfredi's, and it's only available once or twice per cruise. Now prices cost around $199 per person, but it also is a shore excursion as well as a dining experience. Now to start, passengers go ashore in the morning with a chef to shop for ingredients in a local food market. At dinner time, they head to the kitchen table where, under the chef's tutelage, they help to prepare the meal. The majority of the cooking is done in the kitchen next door. Then you'll dine on a multi-course extravaganza that's paired with special wines chosen by the head sommelier.
Now the other primary dining venue is called the restaurant, funnily enough. I spent a lot of time thinking of that name. And it stretches across the entire aft end of the ship. It's an open seating restaurant that operates for breakfast and dinner, plenty of tables for 2 as well, which is a real bonus. And it has lots of large tables, so if you do go with a family or friends, or you want to meet new people, you can do so. So you can either choose to share a table or be private and intimate with a partner. Now dinner consists of the day's specials, a regional tasting menu, and everyday options. And what I like on here is that the vegetarian, heart-healthy and sugar-free dishes are marked with special symbols, so it makes it really straightforward if you are on a special diet. Also, if you do talk to your waiter about your own specific dietary requirements, then they can help and basically make sure that everything you get is just right. This was one of our top 10 frequently asked questions in the Planet Cruise weekly episode that we released recently. In fact, you can watch that here.
Now on to the World Cafe, which is a buffet, but to call it a buffet doesn't really do it justice. Now it serves breakfast, lunch and dinner. Now dinner menus typically mimic those of the restaurant, though there are some unique to the World Cafe items. The floor-to-ceiling windows in the World Cafe open up in good weather. Tables outside are set up for al fresco dining, and I do love to sit outside when the weather's perfect, don't you?
I really do, mate. Soaking up all that sun with your good...
Maybe in the shade for me.
Yeah. I was going to say, he's got a tan at the moment. And then also you've got the pool grill, which is an upmarket interpretation of a burger bar. There's the winter garden, where most afternoons between 4 and 5 p.m. there'll be afternoon tea with scones and small cakes and cucumber sandwiches and White Star service. And then finally, saving the best till last in my view, Mamsens, which is a small food station which Viking refers to as a Norwegian deli. It puts on sweet and savoury treats from Viking President Torstein Hagen's mother's cookbook. Now it's open for early risers and late risers for breakfast, and one thing we advise you to do is go at least once. Definitely try the waffles, which are mwah. There's also lunch, afternoon snacks, and also some late night nosh-ups as well, so you can raid that midnight larder at Mamsens.
Now, should we talk about some spa and fitness?
I think we should, Dan.
Yeah, absolutely.
Definitely.
Now, first and foremost, there's a chance to swim surrounded by your destination in the glass-backed infinity pool, which is cantilevered off the stern. It's a really surreal but fantastic experience, and also one you can only get by cruising. Now, there's also a main pool which is complete with a retractable roof, so if the weather's not so great, you can still enjoy that perfect swim. Now, when it's time to relax, why not try that ultimate Scandinavian tradition with the snow room and sauna? Or you could always try a massage in the spa.
Now, before we wrap things up for today, let's take a quick look and move along the constellation and see what's next for Viking after the Viking Orion. Because after the Viking Orion, the next ship to be launched will be Viking Jupiter. Again, it'll be a sister ship to Orion, hold 930 passengers in luxurious, beautiful veranda cabins, equipped with a range of restaurants, lounges and other facilities, including that Nordic spa, the fitness centre and the main and infinity pools and the sports deck and theatre and that wonderful enrichment programme. This is great because basically it means when you go with Viking Ocean, when you experience one of the ships and you fall in love, which you no doubt will, you can go on any other ship in the Viking Ocean fleet and know where things are and get that similar level of service, that similar feeling of intimacy and luxury. So there we go, hopefully that's given you a bit more information about the Viking Orion and the future Viking Jupiter as well. Please let us know if you've already been on board any of the ships in the Viking fleet. We'd love to hear your feedback. Let us know what you thought was great. Let us know what you maybe would have done differently. Get in touch, we do love to hear from you. Let's start the debate going, and all you need to do, of course, is comment in the comment section below. And don't forget, if you've enjoyed this episode, don't be afraid to give us a like and also share this too. I'm Keith Maynard, this is
Dan Brown.
And we'll see you very, very soon on another exciting episode of Planet Cruise Weekly. Hi everyone, thanks very much for watching the video. Please don't forget to comment and subscribe below, and remember to click the bell to get those notifications turned on. And if you're looking for more fantastic travel content like this, then click on the videos to the right. It will be really, really informative. Or you can click on the Planet logo to the left and go to our website for some really fantastic deals. Thanks for watching.